kids, it's Teacher Pam. Nice to see you again. Today we're going to do something really special. I'm doing a great big picture. And you can make one, but you can make it smaller. But I made it real big so you can see it, okay? So we're going to do Noah's Ark. Do you know the story of Noah's Ark? It's in the Bible and it's true. That's really great. So this is what happened. I'll tell you the story and then we're going to make the ark. See, this is a boat, great big boat. So to do this, moms and dads, you need blue tissue paper, some scissors, glue, and some water, and a brush, and a brown paper bag, and animal cutouts, and just from magazines and brochures, lots of pictures of animals. Okay? And then you need some paints, because, see the paints? The rainbow is part of Noah's Ark. Okay. So, here we go. Mr. Noah. Mr. Noah was 600 years old. He was so old. And God told him to build an ark. So, let's get started. Now, he built this ark out of gopher wood. Gopher wood, have you ever heard of that? Anyhow. And he built it and built it and built it. And then God said, I want you to put on the ark you and your wife and your 3 sons and their 3 sons' wives and 2 of every animal and everything that flies and everything that creeps on the earth. They all went into this big old ark. And they had different rooms and it had 3 levels, 1, 2, 3. And it had a door and a window. And Noah built it like God said. And then he brought them all into the ark. And in they came, and when they went inside, God shut the door from the outside. God shut it. And then it began to rain, and it rained and rained and rained for 40 days. And then the rain came down from the heavens, and the rain came up from the earth. And there was so much rain, and then the ark went up and up and up and up, and then it started swishing around on the river, on the water. And this is all in the Bible. It really happened. And then, after they were in the ark so long, well, let's just start making the ark and we'll talk about it, okay? So first of all, we're going to make the water. So to make the water, we're going to use blue tissue paper. And here's some water. And in the water, I'm going to dump a whole bunch of glue. And the glue is going to make it stick. And we're making water glue. Oh, so fun. Especially if you like big old messy stuff. Very fun craft. And then you stir it up. Glue and water together. Okay, and I cut up this nice blue tissue paper. Now I'm going to paint. There we go. I'm going to paint the paper. And on the paper I put tissue. Lots of colors. Different colors of blue is nice. Just put it on. Let it stick. See? And this is what's fun. You put it on and you can even paint on top. And that makes it stick all the more. So obviously, anybody can do this craft. You don't have to be a grown-up. Kids can be great. And you can have little bits of tissue sticking up, which makes it more charming, and it looks like the waves of the ocean. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make lots and lots and lots. And I'm going to see how I can just kind of slop it together. And you can even put, see, I cut this out of grocery bags from the grocery store. What we make is stuff that you can do your own self with things you have at home. And I just put on more tissue and more and more and more. And then I painted and I put on more. And there was so much water, and it rained and it rained and it rained for 40 days. Then finally it stopped raining. But they still couldn't get out of the ark. They stayed in that ark because the water was still on the land. And if they went out, what would happen? They'd get all wet. They'd get all wet. So the water stayed on the earth for 150 days. That is a lot of days. I had to look it up because I forgot. And I only want to tell you accurate stories. I don't make it up. But, so then what happened is God made a wind. He started to make the water all drained out, and then he made a wind blow. And it blew everything dry. So Noah opened the window, this window right here. He sent out a bird, and the bird was flying around, a blackbird. Then he sent out a dove, and then the dove was flying around. Then it came back to Noah, and Noah knew that it was still wet because the dove came back. So then he sent him again. And this time the dove came back with an olive leaf in its beak. And Noah knew that he had found a tree, but the dove still came back. So then he sent him out again. And he didn't come back. You know why? Because it was so dry, the dove just built himself a nest. So Noah knew it was okay. And so they opened the door, and they started to come out on the dry land. And it was all done raining, and then God did something wonderful at the end to let him know. He said, I'm never gonna flood the earth again, not the whole earth. And to show a sign, he made a covenant, and he put in the air a rainbow. Look at this. You know rainbows, don't you? God did that. He made the rainbow after the rain. And when you see the rain, you know God's never going to flood the whole earth again. But boy, did he flood the earth. And everything that was creeping and crawling and flying, it was in the ark. Oh, and I didn't tell you the fun part. A mom and a dad. He had two of everything. He had a mommy and a daddy so they could have babies when they came out. Yeah, pretty good, huh? And that's how then the earth got full of people again, and it got full of animals and birds and things that crawl on the ground. Lots of stuff crawls on the ground, doesn't it? Well, God thinks it's important. He saved it. He likes that stuff that he made that crawls on the ground and flies around. Well, what do you think? Isn't this lovely? I think it's lovely. So that's our water for now, our flood. And now, I'm going to put this aside, if you'll pardon me. All right, now, what we've got to do is put the animals in the ark. So, I just happen to have cut out about 5 million animals. And that's fun to do. When you're watching TV or something, you can find them. Look at this. A great big giraffe. Is that a good one? Let's put this giraffe in. Let's have him looking over the edge of the ark. This is rubber cement. Rubber cement is good stuff. Look, is that cool? I was looking for the great big huge ones. Oh, look what's here. Huh? An elephant. You know what I can't wait for when this is all over? When we're allowed to go places again? I want to go to the zoo. I bet the animals miss people. There's nobody to look at them anymore. It's kind of boring, I bet. Oh, and guess what? The fish. Big whale. Well, sure. They didn't die, did they? Nope. Oh, and what do you call this? What's that? Polar bear. Right there. Mr. Polar Bear. Oh, and something ferocious. Oh, tiger. Now just think, Mr. Noah took care of all these animals, and they couldn't eat each other. He must have had a good old time keeping them all happy and peaceful, huh? A little bit messy. Messy is good. Messy is fun. I'm not worried about messy. Now let's see. Oh, here's a swimmy thing. What's this? Turtle, huh? They're kind of swimming on the outside. Oh, and look at this guy. Panda bear. And big old monkey. Big old monkey. Now, but there were different routes in the ark somehow. Oh, look at this llamas. The llamas were in the ark. You know how you know they're in the ark? Because there are llamas today. They were in the ark. Oh, there are even these funny things that you probably have never seen. They were in the ark too, from other countries. Bear. Don't you love animals? I love animals. Look at this one. It's a, oops. There. That's an African fast-running creature. It's probably an antelope type thing. And I'll tell you what else was in the ark. Doggies and kitties, huh? Doggies and kitties had to be there. And what's this? Penguin. Things that can kind of fly. Oh, and even look at this. Frogs. Frogs had to be there. Maybe they hung out in the water some. So, I've got a lot of animals here. And isn't this fun? And of course you can just go on and on with animals, which I think I'll put some more on later. But right now, maybe this real cute monkey can go. Isn't he cute? He was on the ark. Yeah. You know he was on the ark because there are monkeys now. Oh, and this guy. I just can't resist these cute turtles. Cute turtle. Another turtle. Okay. I will put more things on the ark later. And birds. Big birds. And the birds. Maybe they sat on top of the ark. You know, when it got cool. You just don't know. Here. Chickens. Okay. Now we're going to make what was over the ark. What did God put to say he would never again do a flood? The rainbow. So here we go. How are we doing for time? I bet you guys know how to do rainbows. I bet you made lots of rainbows in your day. So, how are we doing for time?
14 minutes.
Okay, good, perfect. I'm doing blue, purple, red, orange, yellow, and green. Alright. And I got a brush for every color. So, and you can do rainbows. I know you can. I've seen you do them in class. So, and the rainbows go all the way to the ground, and they come after the rain. Did you know that? The rainbows come after the rain. Yep, when you look through the clouds and the water looks through the clouds, there's a rainbow. Okay, green is all done. Now let's do yellow. What's your favorite color? Huh? all good colors, aren't they? They're primary colors. That's why we like them. The primary colors are in the rainbow. And then if you mix them, you can get other colors. Okay. And now to orange. Do you have a big easel? And do you paint at your house? You put on a painting shirt so you won't ruin your clothes? Huh? And then you're a grand artist and you make beautiful things? Well, I think you do. And you should. Because inside of you is an artist. God made you an artist. He made us all able to create somehow. There's something we can make. Even if we don't realize how good we are, we can do it. Here's red. Aren't these pretty colors? They're pretty colors because God made them. This is a no-fault rainbow. You don't go wrong. No matter how you do it, it's going to look beautiful. Okay. And then I'll do purple. And you know what's great? If you put blue and yellow together, you get green. If you do blue and red together, you get purple. There are ways to mix up things and make beautiful colors. There. We don't have much rain now, do we? It's kind of dry. We're like after the ark landed. Here's our last color, blue. Do you ever see rainbows when you look in the sky after the rain? Okay, there you go. It was so fun being with you here. It was so fun being with you, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye-bye.